Welcome everybody to a look at the second film in the Zen and Sword box set from Eureka as part of their Masters of Cinema series, and it is Miyamoto Musashi Showdown at Hanazayaka Heights. So this is again a samurai film, like all of the films in this box set, but unlike the last one, which was purely pretty much a drama film, this is a mix of drama and action. It clocks in at 106 minutes long, and we have several returning cast members from the previous film. We have once again Kinosuke Nakamura, who plays Takazo, as well as eventually Musashi, as well as Wakaba Iri, who plays Otsu, Iso Kimura, who plays Matahachi, Chiko Naniwa, who plays Asuji, Rentaro Mikuni plays Takawan, and Satomi or Satomai Oka, who plays Akimi. Plus, we have adding to the cast, we have likes of Shinjiro Ehara, who is also in likes of Wolves, Pigs, and Men, and Jackaman and Tetsu. So, after 3 years of intense contemplation and philosophical study, Takazo emerges from Himeji Castle a changed man. He takes on the name of Miyamoto Musashi and now looks like the samurai he has spent years to become. On his journey to become the ultimate samurai, however, he soon comes into conflict with a rogue group of Ronin, meets those he hasn't seen in years, and comes across a child who wants to be his apprentice, all while his legend begins to grow. So this uses the origin story of its predecessor as a launching pad for our lead character to grow in ways that are both engaging and satisfying. So you can certainly see that he's a lot more restrained than he was before. He's a lot less angry. He's certainly not as undisciplined, and yeah, in terms of his mannerisms and the way that he dresses and such, he's a lot more conservative, a lot more restrained. He's not looking as raggedy or anything like that. Plus, he's also becoming a lot colder and a lot more harder to the plight of other people and the world that he's inhabiting. That's not to say that he's cruel to people that are innocent and such. For instance, he takes up residence in a place that is being hounded by these Ronin because they basically target anyone that is living in a household without a man in it. So he takes up residence there to help protect these women that are there. He's also mostly kind to this child that wants to be his apprentice. So even though he's becoming colder and harder in certain ways, he's also still not lost his humanity in terms of dealing with other people. Couple all of that with returning characters having their lives expanded upon, new characters being enjoyable, and a highly entertaining conclusion, this ultimately manages to improve upon the first effort. The pacing is also on point, it is well shot, the period production is solid, the character interactions are well executed, there are a few laughs, which primarily come from the child, and the score is decent. There is also a great action scene that caps this entry off that has the typical slashes and blood splurts, but also has a vivid head decapitation, which could very well be one of the earliest examples for a film in this genre. Now, granted, during this period there were plenty of violence and even at least one head decapitation that I can think of in earlier films, but they were primarily confined to horror and sci-fi. Um, Action in terms of violence really wasn't all as there quite yet. There's no such thing as blood spurts by this point, which would only really come into effect with the likes of the Wild Bunch 7 years after this. So yeah, and head decapitations, like I said, were primarily confined to sci-fi and horror. So for this to have such a thing in such vivid detail, because it is in color and you can quite clearly see it happening, is really really interesting, but also incredibly entertaining, but also unexpected because, like I said in the previous review, there wasn't really any action in that at all, no violence at all, really, either. So to have a final action scene in this have not just action, but also plenty of violence was really, really surprising. I was expecting that to take a little bit longer to come in, to be honest, as yeah, not even the Zatucci films would start off with such violence, only two films into that series. So yeah, but on the whole, really, really great effort, and yeah, and one that, like I said, improves upon the original. So therefore, it does get a slightly higher score, 4.5 out of 5. And yeah, is my current favourite in this series of films so far. So yeah, obviously we do have 3 more to go after this one, but still, really, really looking forward to seeing what else this series has in store for us. Now, like the previous film, there's only 3 extras to this specific to this film. We have a new audio commentary on the film with critic and Japanese cinema specialist Jasper Sharp, and like with the previous film, we have a Toei bulletin and a trailer. So yeah, I'll talk about the other extras that are regards to this box set overall when it comes to the final film, but for now we'll just specifically talk about the extras that are regarding each film in of itself. So yeah, really great film. So hopefully the third film continues with this quality. Even if it drops back to 4, I'll be fine with that out of 5. But hopefully we stay around 4.5, or if not more. So yeah, and yeah, the next film is obviously that's in on the second case, and that is going to be Birth of the Two Swords Style. So yeah, here's hoping we continue in the high quality of this film and the previous one, quite frankly. But nonetheless, if you have seen the second film in this box set, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you with the next one. Bye.